Welcome back to the Educational Highway. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and maybe one of the hardest words in the English language, no. And this is for you if you're a student, a professional, a parent, really anyone who feels like their schedule is running them instead of the other way around.
So, let's just get real for a second. Does this sound familiar? That feeling of just drowning in things you agreed to do. You look at your calendar and you're just like, how did I say yes to all of this? If that hits home, you are definitely not alone. You might just be what we call an automatic yes-sayer. But the good news is, that's something we can start to change, right now.
So, first up, the automatic yes trap. Before we can break out of it, we've got to understand why we fall into it. And listen, this isn't some kind of character flaw. It's just, well, it's about being human.
And these reasons, I'm guessing they look pretty familiar, right? The fear of letting people down, wanting to be that helpful person, worrying about your career, and oh yeah, that classic FOMO, the fear of missing out. It's all rooted in this really powerful, very human desire to connect and be valued. It's what makes saying yes feel like the safe bet.
And here's how all that stuff sneaks into our actual week. You know what I'm talking about. That last-minute urgent request that just completely torpedoes your focus. Or that meeting you accept out of social pressure, even though you know it could have just been an email. These little traps are absolutely everywhere, and they're slowly draining our two most important resources, our focus and our energy.
So, looking at these, which one is your trap? Come on, be honest. Is it the urgent requests? The meetings that should have been emails? Drop a comment below. I'm genuinely curious to see which one gets us the most.
Okay, so we get why we say yes. Now let's tackle the single biggest fear that keeps us stuck there, the reputation myth. We're about to completely bust this idea that saying no is some kind of career killer.
Now, what's so fascinating about this is the huge gap between what we're afraid of and what actually happens. We think saying no makes us look bad, like we're not a team player. But the reality? When you do it strategically, it does the exact opposite. It signals that you value your time, which actually makes people see you as more competent.
And this is the key takeaway, backed by research. When you set clear boundaries, people don't think you're lazy. No, they see a professional who's in control, who's focused, and who delivers high-impact work. You're signaling competence, not a lack of commitment. It's a total mindset shift.
All right, myth busted. So now for the fun part, the practical stuff. Let's build your strategic no toolkit. We're going to look at two super simple techniques you can literally start using today to say no effectively without burning a single bridge.
First up is the buffer response. Think of this as your first line of defense against that knee-jerk yes. You get the request, and instead of answering right away, you just pause. You create a little space for yourself to think. A simple, let me check my schedule and get back to you is perfect. That pause is everything. It breaks the cycle of pressure and reaction and puts you back in the driver's seat.
Okay, next up is the sandwich method. This one is golden, especially for those higher stakes conversations. You basically sandwich your no between two positive statements. You start by acknowledging the request respectfully. Then you state your boundary, nice and clear, and you finish by offering a helpful, smaller alternative if you can. It is a brilliant way to be both firm and collaborative.
And here's exactly what that looks like in the wild, in an email. See how smooth that is? I appreciate you thinking of me. That's your positive opener. I don't have the bandwidth. That's your clear boundary. I could review the plan. That's your constructive alternative. You've kept the relationship positive while totally protecting your time. It is a total game changer.
Now, these techniques aren't just for putting out daily fires. When you use them consistently, they create this really powerful long-term transformation. You go from being seen as just a busy contributor to being seen as a quality contributor.
I'm not going to lie, at first, you might get a little pushback. People are used to you always saying yes, but if you stick with it, just watch what happens. Over time, that surprise turns into respect. People start to value your time more, and the requests you get, they start to change. You stop being invited to everything, and you start being invited to the right things, because people know when you say yes, you deliver incredible work.
Okay, so let's make this real, right now. What is one small boundary you can commit to setting this week? It could be as simple as not checking email after 7 p.m., or maybe just trying the buffer response one time. Whatever it is, share it in the comments below. Let's make a commitment together.
And as we wrap things up, we want to give credit where credit is due. All the material and these powerful frameworks in today's explainer were created by the team right here at the Educational Highway.
So let's end on this one idea. Your success isn't measured by how much you do. It's measured by how well you do the things that truly matter. And saying no is the strategic tool that clears the path for you to say a powerful, focused yes to your most important work.